guitar I had was a Stella, and it was a bit smaller than this. It was black with kind of a sunburst finish to it. And my father had gotten it in Amarillo in probably 1953, somewhere around there. And he really didn't have a musical sense. He liked music, but didn't play it. My mother was a great ear musician. And she could play Debussy by ear, for example, on the piano. And I don't really know what motivated my dad to get the guitar, but he did. And he tried to play it for a while, but it hurt his fingers, and it wound up going into the attic. And I didn't think much about it. I used to walk up and it'd be on the wall, and I'd walk up and just listen to the sound that it made with the open strings. And we moved probably 4 or 5 times. And by the time we got to Houston, and I had my ukulele, which I had learned to play the basic stuff on, and I got out of bed one morning and stepped on it and broke it right in half, just crushed it, and cried over that, and cried and cried. So they went to the attic, so why don't you, till we get another ukulele, why don't you just see if you can't play on this. We were trying to learn to play That'll Be the Day, and I remember working hard on that. And Peggy Sue, and then when I first heard Jimmy Reed on the radio, and that was the same kind of an idea, but you got me running, got me hiding, you got me running, hiding, you can let it run. Remember, I used to see old musicians being interviewed, and people would ask them questions, and they couldn't remember the stuff. Now I fully understand. I had an uncle in the record business with Decca Records, and he would send us every Christmas. He would send us a box of stuff. There were usually not hits in there. They were normally things that had gone out to radio stations for airplay that didn't go anywhere. But he would gather those up and send us to them in a big pile. So we had 45s. My family had 78s when I started out, and I fell in love with the first 45s that we got that I remember was a box set of Les Paul 45s. Mm-hmm. And I listened to those things over and over and over and over and just wore them out. And I had no idea that he was speeding up the tape and slowing it down. I thought that was just how you played an electric guitar. Am I speaking too fast? When I start playing, I usually talk too fast.
No, you're doing good.
Well, not counting school bands and not counting church choirs, the first time I played on a gig, I was a drummer. It was in Houston, and we played a cotillion dance, and it was drums, bass, piano, and a trumpet player. And we played standards, what they called standards back then, Misty and Moonglow and things like that. And it was mostly for slow dancing. There was not any rocking stuff at all. And it was just designed for people who were out dressed in nice suits and nice fancy dresses to get out and do the dance steps they had learned in class together. And that was the entire gig. It was in Houston. And then out of that same gig, the band director at that school, I was at Westbury High School, and the band director, John Carnegie, and he put together a Dixieland band called the Supersonic Philharmonic, and he got us a gig playing Dixieland at the Houston Oilers football game, the first year of the American Football League. And we sat on the track every game right at the 50-yard line and watched those guys play football. And they had a little drill team that would come out, and we would play a Dixieland standard, something like Muscat Ramble or so When the Saints Go Marching In, or a bunch of other songs like that. And we would play, and I played drums in that band too. And through those things, I think I started to see the different places that music could take you in life. You could go to different places just by knowing how to do your job well.